ATR bot. Let's get going. This is a new bot that we just created, and its purpose is to enter based on and place your stops and your targets at multiples of ATR distance, and then also calculate your quantities and so on. So we'll see that in just a second. So let's get going. First, let's add the studies to the chart. So this is the ATR bot, so I add this to the chart, and we're going to need an ATR. So let's add the ATR. The ATR bot needs to be below, okay, so it has a higher calculation order. We'll put it there. And for the ATR, we'll just leave it as default, and let's make the color a little bit darker so we can see it. There we go. Great. Next, we need to go into the ATR bot and set a few things. Okay, so these two settings, we're not going to set those now. These are for automated entries. And in this video, we'll just do a manual entry to keep it simple. The only thing that's really mandatory is to enter the ATR reference, which I'll do now. And that's just done by going like this, selecting the ATR study and the ATR subgraph. It's the only one. Yeah, we can set this. This is the trading window. We'll leave that as is. $500 risk. Target 1 has a 1 multiplier and it's enabled. Target 2 has a 2 multiplier, it's enabled. Target 3 has a 3 multiplier, and our stop is a 1 multiplier. And I'll just leave everything like this for now. Okay, just defaults. Basically what's going to happen is that using the ATR, we're going to calculate the stop distance. Once we have the stop distance, we know how many ticks or how many points risk we have. Based on that, we can know what's the maximum number of contracts we can take, keeping a $500 risk maximum. That'll give us the quantity. Then we're going to spread the quantity across these targets, and that will be our trade. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, so I'm just going to replay it here. Doesn't really matter where. And replay it at speed 1. Okay, so here we go. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so now I'm going to enter. Okay, so these buttons up here, let me just talk about this a bit. These buttons up here are for automated, right? So I can enable, disable the automation with this button, and I can choose the trading direction with this button to only take long signals, short signals, or both. But we're not interested in that right now. We're interested in these two. These two and this one down here are for manual interventions and actions. So long is to enter a long trade, short to enter a short trade, and this is the flatten and cancel kill button, which will get us out of the position. So I'm going to press the long button. Okay, so a long trade was entered. And let's take a look. I paused the replay just so we can see what's going on. And let's see what happened. Okay. So we got entered on 3 contracts long. It might be a bit hard to see with the colors, but this is +3. And we have a stop down here with quantity of 3. And we have 3 targets. 1, 2, 3, spread out evenly. 1 contract at target 1, 1 contract at target 2, 1 target 3, and you can kind of visually see that the distance here is 1 ATR, this is 1 ATR, 2 ATR, 3 ATR. How do we know that that's an ATR? We can take a look here and see that the current ATR is 7.5-ish, right? So if I look between here and here, this is what? 8734.5. Yeah. 8734.5. And if I go down, it'll come down to 8727, which is about our 7.5 points. Right? So that's the ATR distance. This is where the stop is. Now, how was the risk calculated? The risk was calculated by taking 7.5 points on the NASDAQ, which is, let's see, calculator. Where is it? All right, so calculator, 7.5 times 20 equals $150 risk. So that's like what would be a risk per contract. We had a $500 maximum, so we can fit in 3 here. Okay, so that's why we have an entry of 3, and our risk right now is $450, basically. Okay, that's about it. Other than that, I think I covered everything. You can, once you're in the trade, you can move your targets and your stops around. I think I have to enable chart trading, trade, chart, trade mode on. Once that's there, I could move the targets and move my stops. There's 3 stops. Do 1. Oh, stop was hit. I'm out. All right. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.